Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea news, where we will be covering Chelsea 1, Inter Milan 1, your match review. Even though I didn't watch the match live, I did catch the extended highlights just a moment ago. Sorry I couldn't cover the match. Bit under the weather. Hopefully I'll be back fully up and running when the Premier League season starts, which is next weekend. So quite a bit of news. As I said, we've got this match review to go through. There's a whole heap of information to talk about in this particular match. Players that are not being used, positives, negatives. What did the players and the manager say post-match? And then we've got some transfer news to talk about, and then we'll end things up with sponsorship news as well, which is going to be quite interesting. Now, first up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea 1, Inter Milan 1. As you can see, Leslie Ugochukwu, this is his second goal in the preseason. He helps to make it 1-1 after Marcus Thuram scored for Inter Milan. Now, look, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the lineup, the stats, from the extended highlights, so bear in mind, I didn't watch the entire match. So comment below how you saw the match from the extended highlights that I saw. I'm going to start things off with the positives. Now, the positive for me, number one positive is from an attacking standpoint, I feel like we are quite stacked. I'm not worried from an attacking standpoint. And I think from the attacking standpoint, it's only going to get better. The combination play will get better. The chemistry will get better. And we've got quite a lot of firepower. And don't forget, Pedro Neto has been unveiled as well, which is very, very important as well. And hopefully he can start featuring for Chelsea Football Club very, very soon. It'll be great if he can start featuring against Manchester City, our first game. So on top of Pedro Neto, there's Cole Palmer, there's Nkunku, there's a whole heap of other really, really good attacking players that we have. Nicholas Jackson up front as well, don't forget. So I'm not worried from an attacking standpoint. And in this match, from the extended highlights that I saw, we probably could have scored a lot of goals against Inter Milan. If it wasn't for Inter Milan's goalkeeper, Sommer, I think we probably could have scored a lot of goals. And Nkunku had a really good overhead kick as well. And there were a few other chances in and around the box, and we were always threatening. Cole Palmer got himself some minutes, and he was looking very sharp. And as I said, with the introduction of Pedro Neto, I think it's only going to boost us in attack. So from a positive point of view, I'm not worried about the attack. I think we've got goals in us and we're going to score goals as the season continues. Now, the negative side is I still feel defensively there is massive concern. Now, as I said, I've only watched the extended highlights and I've seen the way we conceded and a few other opportunities that Inter Milan had. And I know a lot of people will say, look, now that was the only mistake, Miz, the one that we conceded for Marcus Thuram. Besides that, it was all rock solid. Putting that aside, the way we get opened up through midfield and how easy it is for teams. And don't forget, I mean, this is still pre-season, and we've conceded quite a lot in this pre-season. So we can't really sit here and say, no, Miz, we're really, really improving in defense. When the Premier League season starts, we have to be far more solid. The way we considered that goal for Marcus Thuram, literally a defender going straight through the midfield, then laying the ball off. And then I'm not entirely convinced with any combinations that we put out, whether it's Wesley Fofana or Levi Colwill, whether it's Buddy Shield or Levi Colwill, whether it's Wesley Fofana, Buddy Shield, whatever it is. Obviously, Disasi is still to come back. He's had the hernia operation. Reece James has been he's injured now, so he's out for a little while, and plus he's suspended anyway. This particular goal that Marcus Thuram has scored, this isn't a one-off. Like, we've seen this type of really loose defending from Chelsea Football Club in recent times, where Wesley Fofana comes up and it's too easy to bypass him, and then Levi Colwill really nowhere to be seen. And then before you know it, really fine finish from Marcus Thuram from outside the box, I believe. Really, really strong shot, which Robert Sanchez probably couldn't have done anything about anyway. So, look, when the Premier League season starts, I need bosses in defense. And this is my big issue. There is no bosses in defense. We don't boss. Oppositions will literally look at us and they will feel that we are vulnerable at the back. And somewhat in midfield as well. Midfield needs to be a lot more compact. We've got a lot of technical players. We've got a lot of players that are very good on the ball, but defensively, we have to be able to be a lot more compact and be able to recover very quickly when there is a transition. So, look, this is something I'm not saying that it can never be fixed, but it may take a bit of time. But how long will it take? We do need to click into gears and ensure that we keep clean sheets as much as possible, because we're not going to be able to score willy-nilly every single game. Even though, as I said, in this game, we probably could have scored a lot. And in this preseason, there's been games where we probably could have scored a lot of goals. We haven't, but we probably could have. So I'm pretty sure one of these days we're going to click into gears and we will score goals. However, that's not going to happen on a regular basis. There will have to be times where we need to be very, very tight. So defensively is my concern. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about how you feel offensively, defensively, on the ball, off the ball, everything. Put it down in the comment section. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a quick look at the lineup, because we will get to see which players are not fitting into Maresca ball and the players that need to leave before this transfer window is over. Robert Sanchez in goalkeeping position. So it'll be up in the air whether it's going to be Robert Sanchez or Jurgensen to start things off. I think Robert Sanchez might start in the Premier League, Jurgensen in the cup competitions plus the Conference League. That might be the go in the future. Let's see what happens. I do appreciate Jurgensen's distribution from the little bits and pieces that we've already seen. Malo Gusto, Wesley Fofana, Levi Cole, Mark Cucurella was inverting into midfield and actually looked very, very good from the highlights that I saw. He actually got at the end of a couple of shots. And look, one of these days, I'm pretty sure he's going to end up scoring goal. Enzo Fernández and Romeo Lavia in midfield, where Mark Cucurella would join in, which would make it a three-man midfield. Madueke, Dewsbury Hall, and Mudryk out wide with Mark Gui. Mark Gui, once again, looked really good in the highlights. So another decision to be made with Samu Omordion coming into Chelsea Football Club. And we are still looking for another striker, whether that's Osimhen or not, we'll see. I think it has to be Osimhen. If it's not him, then I don't think we're going to get anyone. Mark Gui, once again, looked very good. Could have got at the end of a couple of chances as well. So, look, that was the lineup. Lot still to come from Keenan Dewsbury Hall. I expect this guy to have a very big say, someone who knows Maresca ball. But the wingers, look, as much as they probably weren't that bad from the highlights, once again, I still have suspicion over these two players, Madueke and Mudryk. Mudryk saw some bits and pieces where he dribbles well and then he runs out and goes out of bounds, to be honest, goes out for a goal kick. So those sort of issues still continue. Marcus Thuram, Correa, DeMarco, Mkhitaryan, Aslani, Barella, Damian, Augusto, Asabi, Bisek, and Soma. Soma was unbelievable. We could have scored quite a few goals if it wasn't for this brother. So, look, it's a pretty strong Inter Milan side, which is only missing, obviously, Lautaro Martinez is a big addition for them up front. And in midfield, it's missing the Turkish player, Hakan Çalhanoğlu. I think that's how you pronounce his name. So, look, overall, very strong Inter Milan team. Dumfries came on, Fratesi came on, Salcedo, Benjamin Pavard. So, look, strong. For us, we had Tosin coming on, Benoit Badiashile, Raheem Sterling, Nicholas Jackson, Leslie Ogachuku. Look, 2 goals in this particular match, a equaliser. Where do we stand for Leslie Ogachuku? Look, if he stays at Chelsea Football Club, I just don't think he's going to get enough game time. And he's a particular player. He needs game time. So I don't know how many loans we've already made, because we've made one today already. Caleb Wiley, who's gone to Strasbourg, the American international that we ended up buying, American left back. So I don't know how many more spaces left to send out people on loan. So we'll see what happens with Leslie Ogachuku. I still do think, there is maybe some sort of a need for his profile, his characteristic. However, I'd rather him go on loan and actually get enough game time to develop. And then let's see if he's actually worthy enough to be at Chelsea Football Club. Christopher Nkunku, Cole Palmer, Caicedo, and Viga. There's been a lot of talk about Renato Viga on social media. People saying that he looks really, really good as well. When he came on in the LCB position, he looked very good. So one player to look out for. But one thing for a certainty, Cucurella and Renato Viga, that looks like the left side is sorted. Now, what does that mean for someone like Ben Chilwell? unused substitution, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Chilwell, he needs to go. Bottom line, he 100% needs to go. There is no space for him. He needs to find a club ASAP, or he's going to end up not seeing any minutes at times, not even in the squad at all to be selected. So Ben Chilwell, from the get-go, we all said he needs to leave Chelsea Football Club, and vice captaincy has been taken today. By the way, captain was Enzo Fernández. We're going to talk about that a little bit as well. Carney Chukwuemeka, another brother, I think surplus to requirements. Sad to see. I really do rate him. Sad to see that's the case. That's another match in the preseason. By the way, that's the preseason all wrapped up. And this is, I think, the third preseason match where Carney Chukwuemeka has not got any minutes as well. So he's another player that is definitely out of Maresca's equation. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about this particular match. Just to have a quick look at the stats as well. As you can see, 21 shots for Chelsea Football Club. We were dominant. As opposed to 6 from Inter Milan. Shots on target 7-3. Possession 45%. So yeah, look, it was a dominant performance. My only concern is when the new season starts, I would like to see Chelsea be a lot more resolute in defense. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Maresca. With time, this team is going to get better and better. We started just 1 month ago. I can see clearly that the team is improving. This is fantastic. I love the way Maresca, calms the fan base down by saying, look, when you put things into perspective, we've only started about a month ago. And since we started, it's been an improvement. Sure, no problems. And it hopefully can get better and better. So look, we're in for the long run. We're in for the long haul. And we have to be patient. We have to 100% be patient. Enzo Fernández was back at the bridge today wearing the captain's armband. Internal process to clarify the situation was successful after inside talks with Reece James, Disasi, and new signings. Tosin playing important role, helping by opening conversations with players involved and Enzo. So good to see the new signing Tosin getting a bit of say and ensuring that things are rectified with Enzo Fernández and the issue that we saw recently. Tosin is a tricky one. I wouldn't actually mind seeing him start alongside Levi Colwell because Tosin's experience, but he's also at times can be very casual and very, very lethargic as well. And this is the thing. I feel like we just don't have any bosses in defense. Enzo Fernández on Instagram. This team is going to battle everywhere in this season, which is great. I love it. Now that he's captain, and he's 100% going to be the captain because Reece James is suspended for the first few games, plus he's injured as well. So he's the club captain. And big up to him. And I've always said Enzo Fernández, since he was bought, I've always said he looks like a leader quality. And eventually enough, now he's got the armband, and I've got no issues with this. 100% I've got no issues with this. He does have leadership qualities, characteristics, and I hope it gets the best out of him, and I hope it gets the best out of the team as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, Pedro Neto was unveiled. Meet Pedro Neto, ladies and gentlemen, Stamford Bridge. He comes through. This is great to see that, when we get a very, very good signing that, we go out there and we unveil them at Stamford Bridge. Very great morale boosting feeling for the fans. And, it's a great moment for the player as well. So good to see the player being unveiled at Stamford Bridge before the game, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was at halftime. I'm pretty sure it must have been before the game. And I can't wait for this player to start. I really cannot wait for this player to start things off with Chelsea Football Club. Enzo Maresca, Pedro Neto, an excellent addition. He can help us by offering many things. He can play on the right side. He can play on the left side. He's very good one-on-one. We need a big squad, and I'm excited about having Pedro. Now, look, yeah, of course, we do need a big squad because we've got Conference League, but we don't need it too big. We don't need 40 players, I think still 25, 26, max 27 maybe is more than enough to cover for everything. But yeah, addition of Pedro Neto, I can't wait because we do lack in our wings, man. We massively lack quality in our wings, and someone like Pedro Neto is going to help improve that cause. Pedro Neto, I feel really grateful to have joined this club. I've worked really hard in my career to be here, and I'm looking forward to getting on the pitch with this shirt. Fantastic to see. I just hope you stay fit, man, because the injury record for this player is not good, but hopefully all of that is behind him. Pedro Neto has signed a 7-year contract and will begin training with his teammates at Cobham in the coming days. Look, I've got no issues when it's a quality player signing a long-term contract, and Pedro Neto is an extremely good player. Next up now, ladies and gentlemen, a few other outgoing information. Napoli are going to try to reach an agreement next week for Romelu Lukaku. Look, things are coming to the end of the transfer window, and we need to find a resolution for Romelu Lukaku, and Napoli wants him. Apparently, personal terms agreement has already been agreed with Romelu Lukaku. It's a 3-year contract or something, and a massive wage cut probably. They have a contract ready for Romelu Lukaku. It's just a matter of finding an agreement with Chelsea now. And I'm pretty sure we can do something because they want Romelu Lukaku big time. So Napoli, come on, man. Come and get your man and just free us from this nightmare. Whether we get Osimhen in return through all of this, we'll see. Even if we don't, look, I still think we probably have enough to do well in the Premier League, but someone like Osimhen obviously really, really helps us out a lot in terms of that striker position. Look, if there is an opportunity to land Osimhen, let's do so. We do lack a quality striker up front. There is no two ways about that. Chelsea will be very busy on outgoings. We have to be. Players like Chalobah, players like Broya, players like Chilwell, Kani Chukwuemeka, and the list goes on and on and on. They all need to leave Chelsea Football Club. And yeah, over the next week or so, or a couple of weeks until the window closes, we need to get players out, man. Whether it's a loan, whether it's permanent, we must start trimming down this squad because right now there's just too much going on. Now, next up, ladies and gentlemen, some sponsorship news. Lucas Baschek, he's the one who's always providing this key sponsorship information. The club will start the upcoming season without a front of shirt sponsor. Again, we're in this mess where we don't have a front of shirt sponsor. This is what's going to happen when you don't, get into good positions in the Premier League and get yourselves into good European competition, especially Champions League. I mean, even Europa League doesn't really attract big-time sponsorships, but Conference League definitely won't attract big-time sponsorships. So, look, it's paramount for us from a financial standpoint that we get ourselves back into Champions League because it's really hurting us. So, once again, no front of shirt sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. The club is looking for a 1-year contract. The club does not give up on acquiring a sponsor. As the new season progresses, the pressure to accept lower offers will increase, as did the mid-season announcement of Binge X deal sleeve partner. Today, the Infinite Athlete logo appeared on the front of the shirt for the last time. So there you go. Infinite Athlete is gone, ladies and gentlemen. Negotiations with the Chinese tire manufacturer are ongoing. It has not been confirmed in what role. So, look, yeah, man, it's sad. It's sad. 2 seasons in a row, we don't have a front of the shirt sponsor. It's not a good look for Chelsea Football Club, a club of Chelsea stature, to not have front of the shirt sponsor available and ready to go before the season starts. It's quite embarrassing. And it was embarrassing last season, and we followed it up again this season. And one of the biggest reasons is we're not in the Champions League, and we have to come back to that competition. Official confirmed. Caleb Wiley joins Strasbourg from Chelsea on loan as expected. Chelsea invested $8.5 million to sign Wiley. There you go. He's gone on loan. I don't know how many more loan spaces we have in terms of international loans. So we shall see what happens moving forward. But Caleb Wiley, ladies and gentlemen, is at Strasbourg, along with Andre Santos. So there you go, 2 players at Strasbourg, and we'll have a keen eye as to how Strasbourg is doing in the upcoming season under the new manager, Liam Rossinier. So let's see what happens there. Now, let's see if there's any other latest news that's been popping about since we started recording this particular video. Maresca and sporting directors have big decisions to make on these players. Yeah. Ugochukwu is one of them. There you go. Now, that is the latest. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about the match. Let me know how you're feeling moving into the new season. Are you satisfied at the end of this preseason? Let me know your thoughts about the outgoings. And if there is any other incomings that you would expect. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya. Bye.